everybody, it's Leela Mullen from Be Inspired Horsemanship. Thought I would just take a few minutes this afternoon after my lessons and rides and talk about fly prevention. So this time of year, especially in the Midwest here in Iowa, flies are horrible. All my guys had flies all over their face. Seems like nothing will work. Chat boards are full of what works, what doesn't work, does anything work? So I thought I'd take a few minutes to go over a couple of things that definitely I've seen some benefit to this season with fly prevention and kind of keeping the flies from driving your horses crazy. I have an off-the-track thoroughbred, so he's pretty sensitive to the flies, to the point of sometimes it's distracting to even get him to focus on work because the flies are so bad. So a couple of products I have found that worked this year, and no promo for the products, just things that I've actually found that work are a few things. So my absolutely favorite fly spray is a spray by Beck. The spray looks like this. It can be found at Tractor Supply. You can get it, I believe, from Smart Pack as well. To be honest, the cheapest, most reasonable place to find it is Amazon. I know sometimes we like to support local as much as we can, but there is a $10 markup on this fly spray per bottle at Tractor Supply. So I've been ordering it 2 or 3 bottles at a time through Amazon.com. With my Prime membership, I get free shipping. It's here in 2 days. So the positives of this fly spray is that with my off-the-track thoroughbred, I can make it through an entire ride without him kind of losing his marbles or trying to scratch his leg or rubbing his face off. So it does last and is pretty effective. It definitely works. I use it when the farrier comes. It's kind of oil-based and it has some kind of strong ingredients in it as well, but you can use it with Equispot, which is another reason I like to use it. I will say the downside to it is that it says right here on the bottle that it has a new great scent, or says somewhere in the ad, but I will tell you it smells atrocious. So basically anytime you use this, you're not going to be able to take a deep breath in the area for a minute or two, or you need to do it in a really open space because it a little bit takes your breath away with the depletion of oxygen or whatever is in it that kind of just saturates the air. So if you have any kind of breathing conditions or you're really sensitive to that kind of stuff, maybe not the one I would choose for you. If you're looking for another great product, we also really enjoy our Clack Dool gel. I also use this on the thoroughbred and on the legs of my warm blood. It is completely based on natural essential oils. You can also use this with Equispot. It has a pleasant scent, which is really nice. I believe it's made in Germany. Typically you can get this on, I get it a lot from Dover Saddlery, is one of the few places I found it. I don't remember if they carry it on Amazon, but this stuff's awesome. It has clovol and citronella, thyme, cedar, geranium, so a little bit of olive oil, grapeseed oil, and vitamin E. So if you're allergic to any of those oils, or you have a horse that's maybe sensitive to like tea tree oil, which it does not have, but any type of oils or natural herb-based things, you may want to kind of do a test run. The only downsides to this stuff is that if you put it on thick, it kind of dries and leaves like a thin film, which I equate to when you were a kid and you put Elmer's glue on your hand and rubbed them together and let it dry. It kind of makes that kind of a little film on your horse's coat later on. So if you apply it kind of thick, that's what happens. It also is a lotion, so it's kind of a lotion based. It comes with this handy dandy applicator sponge. But it is a lotion. I tend to put it on with my hands because I just find that to be much easier to do. So those are kind of the top 2 products I have been using this summer for my horses with the flies. The other thing that I use that is tried and true is I'm a big fan of SWAT, especially around wounds. And in a pinch, if I'm running low on fly spray, I will use this, or if I know it's going to rain or it's going to be a day or two, they're turned out, and I'm out of town, I will put this around their eyes, not too close, but kind of on their muzzle, around their eyes, their ears, and their legs, because I know it'll last, and their bellies. and I know it'll last for a couple of days to kind of keep the flies off of them if I'm going to be gone. So I don't think you can super duper go wrong with SWAT. It also, I believe, is oil-based, so kind of sticks around a little bit longer than some water-based products. The other thing that people talk about a lot is fly boots, fly sheets, fly masks. I have an off-the-tracker who's extremely sensitive to flies, but he's made it all year long without any heavy-duty fly gear on. He doesn't currently wear anything. Fly masks are always nice. You know, if you have a bunch of playful horses in the pasture, they might pull them off. The shoe fly leggings are great for horses that stomp. I do have an older horse, and if horses are a little bit older or have some soundness issues, I think fly boots are a great thing if you can keep them on them. Here we have several acres of pasture our horses go out on, so they're not pinned up in a dry lot where it's really hot and humid and sticky and there's lots of flies. They can kind of go out in the pasture and move around and be in the grass a lot, so I definitely don't need to use these as much this year. But if you have horses in a dry lot or you're in a really humid kind of enclosed area, they're in a stall a lot, I think fly boots definitely work. Keep them from stomping on the hard ground, especially if you have an older horse or they have any soundness issues. So for fly boots, I tend to stick with either the shoe fly leggings, or I actually really like these triple Velcro Smart Pack, the deluxe edition. They have held up pretty well. As you can see, these are dirty because I've used them at some point in the last year. But they wash well, they clean well, they seem to hold up. I put a brand new set on my warm blood this year. He went out in the pasture one day and lost one, and in 6 acres I could not find it. So they haven't worn them the rest of the year. Other than that, I think the most important thing to talk about with flies this year is also we have been having a huge outbreak of ticks in our area of the country for the year. And I will say that I do feel like the EquiSpot has kind of been a lifesaver for the tick situation. I don't know necessarily how much I feel like the spot-on treatment works for flies over time. I do think it's important to keep up with it. If you're going to use it, you need to use it every 2 weeks and reapply it consistently all summer. I have been doing that with my thoroughbred, and he went from having ticks all in his mane to not having any ticks. So I do think that the EquiSpot or something like the Freedom spot-on treatment works for ticks, maybe mosquitoes. Not so sure how much I believe it helps with the flies. So that's kind of the rundown on the products that I think are working really great for fly protection in this humid part of August and in the summer. Stay tuned and look for more videos from us. We'll be posting training tips, product reviews, and some Q&As and different topics all the time. So until next time, have a great afternoon.